What's up, poker players? Hope you guys are out there crushing it on the tables. In today's video, we finally get to look at yet another winning session, almost $1,100 at a 5.48 big blind per 100 rate, over 5,100 hands, and look at all of those green hands. It just keeps going. We won pretty much every big hand we were in during this session, which equates to big winning sessions like this. Let's jump right into the action. First hand we're going to be taking a look at is pocket eights at the 50 NL table. We are playing from under the gun +2. Folds to us and we open to 3x. We get a call from the player directly to our left as well as the cutoff. Big blind, and we see a flop four-way. We wind up flopping top set and bet 350 on the flop into 3 players. I like putting this bet in with 3 players left to act on a very draw heavy board as well as a low board. I think we could see a lot of pairs above the board come along here, like 9s or 10s. That wouldn't be 3-betting pre-flop, as well as some very big draws out there. We do get one call from the player to our left, and we get raised by the cutoff player. Just make a call here, trying to get the recreational player to come along as well, but they do fold. There is now $39 in the pot, and we have $34 left in our stack. The turn is the king of hearts, not improving any hands, so we get the rest of our chips in. We are either against a made hand already or a big draw, both of which probably won't be folding to any bet in this spot, so let's just get our chips in. And we do get a call from a set that we are dominating right now. We just have to avoid a 7 on the river, and we do, taking down this pot of $107.25. And now we are looking at pocket aces at the 200 NL table. We get an open from under the gun to $8 4x. We put in a 3-bet, make it 2.5 the open, and we get a jam. This is the easiest way to play pocket aces. All we have to do is call, and we are up against pocket kings, just a cooler that we are going to be on this side of 50% of the time. They have outs going into the river, but miss, and we take down this pot of $143. And once again, we are looking at pocket aces at the 200 NL table. We open to 4x, and we get called by the player directly to our left. Flop is jack high, 2 4s on the board, missing a lot of hands out there, so we check back. Trying to induce some bluffs, we get a bet of 1/3 the pot, and we just call. The turn is the 9 of spades, improving some of the hands that could be in our opponent's range, giving a lot more draws. We check again on the turn, and they increase their bet to half pot size this time. They only have $50 left in their stack. I think we should be jamming here to charge the maximum for any draw that could be out there. So we get the rest of our chips in, and we do get a call. It is actually pocket queens, pretty much just another cooler here. Have to avoid a queen on the river, and we do, and we take down this pot of $160. And now we are looking at pocket kings at the 200 NL table. A lot of big hands, and they're all going our way in this session. We get an open from under the gun and a 3-bet from under the gun +1. I jam the rest of our chips in, seeing that the open and 3-bet are both short stackers. We get a fold from under the gun, and we get a call from under the gun +1. They get some more outs to an ace or a 10, possibly running diamonds. Oh shit, there's another diamond, but we do avoid it, and we wind up taking down this pot of $169. And once again, we are looking at pocket kings, this time at the 100 NL table. We are playing from the small blind. Folds around to the button, who opens to 3x, and we put in a 3-bet from the small blind, make it 11 to go, 3.66 times the open, and the button jams all in this spot. That is a pretty loose play, very aggressive. No need to be making a bet size that big, and we of course are going to be calling here with the kings, and hopefully not being against pocket aces. It is against ace queen. There are a lot of outs that our opponent could hit here, but we hit a king on the flop, improving our hand, and the ace on the turn locks it up for us. They are drawing dead going into the river, and we take down this pot of $200 with the full house kings over 3s. And now we are looking at pocket 10s at the 100 NL table, this time playing from the cutoff. Folds around to us, and we open to $3. Big blind puts in a 3-bet, makes it $10 to see a flop. Big big blind has a very wide 3-bet percentage, so I do make the call with the pocket 10s being in position against a player who plays with a wide 3-bet percentage, and we flop a bottom set, good hand for us. They check the flop, and we put in a bet of $12, and we get a call from our opponent. The turn is the ace of clubs. A jack now has the Broadway straight. How many jacks would be in our opponent's range right here? A few, but they're probably going to be either a jack 10 or an ace jack. Not that many. And how many times is jack 10 going to be 3-betting in that spot? Pretty rarely. So I elect to make the call here with the set, and the king of clubs pairs the board, giving us a full house, albeit the lowest possible full house you could have on this board. And our opponent jams all in, hopefully making it with the flush on the river and not having a higher full house than us. But we are committed here, and there's no reason we should ever be folding after making a call on the turn. So I do make the call, and we were up against 2 pair aces and kings. That is an interesting river bet. I think it's only going to be looked up by hands that beat you. And when I make a call on the turn, how many rivers am I going to be folding? Probably not many. There's only one draw that didn't get there, that being the heart draw. So that was an interesting play by our opponent. Let me know what you guys think about our play as well as our opponent's play on this hand. And now we have pocket 6s at the 400 NL table. Playing from under the gun, we open to $12, 3x, and we get a call from a recreational player in under the gun +1, and we see a flop heads up. Flop is 9 high rainbow. We hit middle set, and we bet half pot on the flop, trying to build a pot with a recreational player who we like to play pretty much straight up, not really going to be concealing our hand very much against recreational players. No reason to, and they jam the rest of their stack in right away. The only hand that beats us is a set of 9, which you should never be playing this way. So we of course are going to be calling here, and we are up against pocket jacks. Just have to avoid a jack, and we do that, and we take down this pot of $433. And now we have pocket aces at the 200 NL table. Folds around to under the gun +2, who opens to $6, 3x. Small blind makes a call, and we of course are going to be putting in a 3-bet here. Let's raise it up to $26, 20 more to call. We do get a call from under the gun +2, and the small blind also comes along. There is already $78 in the pot, and we have 174 left in our stack. Flop is 5 high, 2-tone, 2 diamonds. We have the backdoor diamond draw as well as a straight draw to a 4, and the ace is over the board. A very strong hand in this spot. Very doubtful that our opponents would be playing a hand like ace 4, 4-6, or any of these low pairs in a 3-bet pot, but it looks like we are up against 2 recreational players, so anything could really happen. Small blind checks, we put in a continuation bet, make it half pot. We get a call from under the gun +2. The turn is the 5 of diamonds. A couple of the draws got there if there was a suited connector, which is pretty unlikely from this tighter player in early position, so I do continuation bet here, make it 75-50, half pot once again, and we do get a call. The river is the 10 of clubs, improving pocket 10s to a full house, but that is really about it. Let's get the rest of our chips in and try to maximize our value when we are up against another big pocket pair, which is exactly what happens, and we wind up more than doubling up on this pot, $423. And we are now at the 400 NL table. We are playing King 6 from the big blind. We have suited cards of clubs, and we get a limp from under the gun +2. The cutoff player isolates to $8, just a min raise in this spot, and we are getting in a big hand with 2 recreational players, and all we have to do is call $4. I think we can realize our post-flop play edge by just calling in this spot, which is what I do, and we also get a call from under the gun +2, and we see a flop that is ace high, two-tone, two clubs out there. We have the nut flush draw, which we check, and the cutoff player continuation bets makes it 2/3 pot, 17-16 to call. I do call, and under the gun plus 2 also calls. We wind up hitting the nuts on the turn. There is 77.48 in the pot. We check once again, and this time under the gun plus 2 bets $36. The cutoff player gets out of the way, and we put in a raise here. Don't want to be doing any tricky plays against recreational players. We can pretty much play our hand straight up. They're not going to be that good at hand reading. They're only going to see the value within their own hand a lot of the time, which is exactly what happens. They jam all in. They have the flush as well, but we have the nuts, and we make a call. They are drawing dead on the river, and we take down this pot, which is almost $700. That's a big one, and that will definitely add to the win total for this session, which was over $1,000. One of the biggest ones that we have played. We've got another big one coming up in a couple sessions, so make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you have not done that yet. Turn your notifications on if you haven't done that yet and you are subscribed. Head down to the video description for links to all the poker products that I use, including Hold'em Manager, which you can get a 30-day free trial of when you click the link below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Looking forward to those comments or questions down in the comment section. If you have any poker friends that might also be interested in this channel, don't hesitate to share this channel, share the videos, and have some of your other poker friends join in this great poker community we are building here. Thanks for watching, poker players. I will be back soon with a new video, but until then, I'll see you guys out on the virtual felt.